Welcome to The Spade, Maverick Transportation's video podcast series. We'll be talking with our own industry experts on Maverick's most asked questions, trucking industry topics, driver interviews, and more. Let me know the best driving advice you've received so far in your career.
The best driving advice I've received in my career. From my trainer, he told me that you have to be patient and try to be courteous because it doesn't pay to get all bent out of shape about things. Remain calm and regroup. And let's see, what was the other thing he told? Oh, he told me about putting the seat belt through the door handle if you don't feel safe in a place. So that way they can't open the doors on you. It keeps the doors from being opened.
Tell us again as well about what you do as kind of an alarm system for your truck.
It's one of the best alarm systems you can have. You put a braided cord on your air horn line. It's got to be a braided cord, like a cloth or something, so you can roll it up in your window. And that way, if the door opens, the air horn sounds off, just like a car alarm.
The best piece of advice I received was from my trainer. He said, don't ever be afraid to ask questions. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help. Most of the drivers back when I started, he said, were there to help us. Black hats, regular drivers, and the guys in the training. It's just in the training department.
There is no stupid questions. If you're not sure of something, always ask. Never just go on it and say, oh, maybe this is the right way. Always ask if you're not sure about something. Someone is always willing to give advice.
I think the best advice that I ever received first entering this business was with my very first trainer, and he told me to never let anybody else drive my truck. And what I took from that, what I believe that he meant was, I'm in charge of my truck when I'm driving. I can't let other people's actions, trucks behind me, tailgating me, sort of the feeling of what people think about me and whether I'm in their way or whether I'm taking too long. I can't let that bother me. I drive my truck. I do it safely and as well as I can, and I can't be influenced by anybody else while I'm driving.
So in your career, after the things that you've learned and the experience that you've gained, what would be some of your best driving advice that you would now give out to those who are either entering the industry or just new to the industry that they may not think about?
Well, as a trainer, I think sometimes, I worry sometimes that I wear my students out with advice. And what I would tell someone coming into the industry is really think hard about the lifestyle. Most people coming in are prepared for hard work. They're prepared for the challenges of, maneuvering an 80,000-pound vehicle down the interstates and through our major cities. It's the lifestyle. I think that's why veterans do so well with Maverick, because they've already been away from home. They get that part. And we've got a lot of young men and women that have come out here and they do awesome. But it seems to me that it's mostly the time away from home, the lifestyle, sleeping in that box that gets them. So for a new driver thinking about coming into the industry, that's what I would tell them is really think about it hard and consider what this is like, because it's not for everybody.
So I've heard from several new drivers just over the years working at Maverick that it can be incredibly overwhelming when they initially get that truck and they're going solo. So they're no longer with the trainer. It's time for them to go out on their own. How would you encourage a driver to overcome that, I guess, that fear? It's a little intimidating. You're going out on your own. How would you encourage them to, get over that hump of being scared to ask questions? Like, what's a good way for them to reach out to you or a fellow driver? How do they get in touch with you?
The best thing I could say for the driver with their the first account is I was the same way. I got my first load, and I'm like, what did I get myself into? Um, it's it is intimidating, but you have the support system. I had Chuck, my trainer, and I had the securement line that we get, and all the new students get that to call and ask for help. Just be honest. Don't try to be, I don't want to say for a lack of a better term, macho, and say, oh, I can do this without any help.
Right.
No, it's don't ever feel that way. We're here to help. I give all my students, they'll have my number. I said, if you have any problems, give me a call. I'll answer it right away, or if not, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've been lucky. I've got some students that they've told me if they can't get a hold of you, my new incoming students, my former students, will say, give them my number, and I'll help them.
That's awesome. Like a big network.
Yep. Just use the network. Use the everything, the tools that they gave you. Yeah, it's overwhelming, but just take your time. You'll get your speed and everything else by repetition, by doing it.
Yeah. When one succeeds, then we all succeed as a company and as a family. And if everybody's doing it the Maverick way, then we're all succeeding.
Yep. They make money for the company, which keeps us employed, and they make money for themselves, and they're getting home to their families. But the biggest thing is for me is making sure that the driver, whether it's my student or somebody else, if I help them, I'm teaching them the right way to do it, the safe way to do it, so they can get home to see their wife and their kids and their grandkids.
And it's a win-win. I mean,
yep, it's a win for
you've
everybody.
got a great work-life balance. You have a stable job that you enjoy, that you can succeed in. So, yeah, I mean, it's a win-win for everyone.